You know, there's a few people in our church this weekend, they did one of those Tough Mudders. I don't know if you, this is one of these things where they roll you back and forth in the mud, they electrocute you, and then they make you run for 100 miles, and then you pay them for the abuse. Yeah. Pastor Jay did a Spartan race yesterday. I don't know what's going on. Do all you want. They talked me into doing one of these Tough Mudders a few years ago, and no, it was ridiculous. It was it's horrible. I mean, Brian did 2.5 hours of a Tough Mudder, and then immediately after did it again with his wife for 3 hours.
Yes, Jackie.
We're going to pray that his head gets clear, you know what I mean? Now, I don't pretend to be overly athletic, and I remember when we were doing our Tough Mudder, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, man, I loved it. And it was so rewarding. I hated it, and it was dumb. I just never doing it again. And there's this one obstacle where you've got to low crawl underneath about a space that's like this high, and there's these little electrocution electrodes that were zapping you with every single one. So you're literally like low crawling like this, and it's zapping you, and you're like, and with every single one, you're like, make it stop, make it stop. And so I got about halfway through it, and I just went like this. I was like, I'm not going any farther. I'm done. And I was like, turn off the electricity, I want out. Dude's there like, the only way out is through, the only way out is through. Pastor Jay was out there with me, and he had already gone through it, and it really for a moment I felt like I was in a movie. Jay's like, come on, bro, I won't leave you behind. And I'm like down, and I'm like, no. Dude, and Pastor Jay, man, do you know what he does? It was all like wet and stuff, so he jumps back in to the electrocution, grabs my fat body with one arm, and just starts like just pulling me out, getting re-zapped on his back, just pulling me through. You know, his version of Tough Mudders versus my version are totally different. Why do I share that story with you? In that moment, in that picture, Jay's the Christ figure, right? I mean, and if you know Jay, he's really got that kind of heart, that heart that's not going to leave any man behind. And he saw his pastor and was like, you know what? I'm not leaving this guy behind. That's the heart of Christ, man. He goes before you. When you're stuck in the mud and the getting zapped, he runs back and grabs you and pulls you forward because he went before you. There is nothing that you are going through that Jesus hasn't gone before you.